Good evening, scholars, and welcome back to the Restricted Collection, a podcast about tabletop games. I'm your host, the head librarian, Chad, and today we are joined by our liaison to the Silver Twilight Lodge, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Howdy doody.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen that show.
Howdy doody?
Yeah. I know it's a cultural touchstone, but I don't know if I've ever actually, seen anything from it.
I know I haven't, because I didn't know that it really was a show.
Yeah, wasn't it like the Howdy Doody show?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When did it come out?
1947.
Yes. I was born in
the first...
I was born in the 90s. We're close.
I mean, if you take a look at time as a whole, it's very close.
Sure, but for my experiential existence, I think you've been diving into the wrong tomes in the wrong section of the library, my friend. Time still moves in a line for human beings at an experiential rate.
I have to remind myself of that.
Yeah. Don't get lost in the extra sections. It gets very confusing. That's
fair. Well, on that note, we're actually talking about the Guardian and neutral cards of the Night of Vespers. A fan-made player expansion for Arkham Horror, the card game.
Huzzah!
Not talking about the Howdy Doody show.
Wouldn't that just be a curveball? Just say that and then just completely throw it off the other way.
Do what I want on this podcast.
Yeah, you can. Not much of a discussion from my end, at least.
I know nothing. I'm going to get off this topic. I know almost next to nothing about the Howdy Doody show other than it exists. You know next to nothing about the Howdy Doody show other than it exists. So let's talk about Simone Toussaint, the priestess, who is the guardian of this set.
Huzzah!
She is warden and witch traded. She has 5 will, 3 intellect, 1 strength, 3 agility, 5 health, and 9 sanity. So, without having looked at... I mean, I already looked at her deck building, but without looking at her deck building, I'm going to assume she has some mystic access.
I would think that would be a fair guess.
Yeah. Reaction. After you activate an action ability on a spell asset, ignore any charge, secret, and or exhaust costs that ability may require. Limit once per round.
That's really good.
Yes. So it just saves you charges, or if the thing exhausts for whatever reason, great. But it's only on spell assets that you action activate.
Mm-hmm.
Free trigger. You may spend a charge on a spell asset under your control to draw a card. Limit once per turn.
Once per turn?
Per turn. That's... Per turn is fine if it's an ability that is dependent on the number of players.
Yeah.
But, this isn't dependent on the number of players.
Well, I mean, it is. Or it scales based on the number of players.
But what I'm saying is, you can do, something on, each player's turn. You can do something because it interacts with whoever's turn it is. I get that why that's a once per turn ability. This does not do that.
I mean, it's charges, though. Charges are valuable.
Yep. And then, at the time this came out, more valuable than they are now.
Yeah, they're still valuable.
Yep. Let's see. Elder Sign, +1. You may spend a charge on a spell asset under your control to automatically succeed. So she cares about charges.
Yay.
All right. The spirit is a big thing. Time and distance cannot shrink it. So it's a 1 strength guardian.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to find ways around that, which you totally can. But you're going to have to find ways around that. Okay. Her deck building is 30. She gets Guardian cards 0 to 5. Neutral cards 0 to 5. Spell assets 0 to 4. and up to 10 other Mystic cards level 0.
Okay.
She is not allowed any firearms.
That seems reasonable. She probably wouldn't want them anyway.
Probably not. So this feels like a Mystic trapped in a Guardian's body a little bit.
More or less.
Yeah. Then she gets 1 copy of Sigil of Azruli Dantor and 1 copy of Marionette Bawa Cheche.
Gesundheit.
Sorry. So do you want anything about her before we move on to those?
Oh, no. Similar thing about Guardians. They're typically straightforward. She wants spell assets, and then she wants to be able to have a lot of charges available to her to draw more cards so she can draw more spell assets. I do like that once you get a certain spell asset down, you don't have to necessarily worry about if it has charges or not, because you can always once per round activate it.
Yep. Or with the new spell assets, like the new ones, it's like, oh, I spend a charge for the extra damage. Well, no, I don't spend a charge, and I also don't have to spend a charge if the token matched. Because it's...
If it was during that...
If it was during the specific time that you were activating that spell
No,
asset.
you don't get to do that if during the test with her ability. Because it specifically says costs. And that is
Oh,
cost. That is just
so spending is part of the effect after the initial cost wouldn't work. Okay, I see your point. All right.
She is really good with the ones that came out in the Drowned City, though.
Yes.
Eyes of the Dreamer.
Well, they've, if I'm not mistaken, they ruled that if you have any like scaling effects and you ignore all costs, then you didn't actually spend anything and therefore don't get the scaling effect, if I remember correctly.
I was mostly just talking about using those cards to draw cards.
Oh, yes. Those are good batteries for this.
Yeah, that's mostly what I was thinking there. But...
All right. Do you want to read your sigil?
Sure. Her signature asset is the Sigil of Azuli Dantor. Keepsake from the Waters. It is 2-cost accessory, item, charm, and relic traded. Commits for 2 will and a fist. Fast, attach a spell asset with usage charges. This asset does not take up any slots. Limit 2 attached assets. And then
Neat.
reaction. When you perform a test on a spell asset attached to Sigil of Azuli Dantor, draw a card.
She just has a lot of card draw for someone who's blue-purple.
Yeah, that's a lot of card draw.
Granted, there are non-blue and non-purple spell assets, but she's predominantly blue-purple.
Yes.
This is pretty good.
I think it's solid. I think it's just it just does what she does, right? And makes it easier for her to.
Yeah, the strength icon's kind of a waste, but...
I mean, I don't think you're ever actually committing this card. I think whenever you see it, you're playing it.
Yeah, ideally. Okay. And what's her weakness? Marionette Bawa Cheche, the lady with dry arms. Avatar Loa?
Yeah, this is very
Patron?
This is very hoodoo coded.
Yeah. Um, so Loa or Iwa are the foundational spirits or invisibles. They act as intermediaries between humanity and apologize for the pronunciation and my quick research of this. Bondier, the supreme distant creator, governing various aspects of daily life, nature, and human endeavors. Thank you, Google's AI overview, if that is actually correct.
I mean, it is from Voodoo, so
Yes,
that does
but
track based on my limited understanding of Voodoo.
yes, and I'm just putting disclaimers on it to cover my own butt that I am not an expert on this subject, and any inaccuracies, please go ahead and send them to Google and not to me. But so Avatar, Loa, and Patron traded. Interesting. Her deck only. Revelation, discard each asset in your arcane slots. Put her into play under your control. She cannot leave play while she has less than 3 resources on her. When she is in play, you do not have any arcane slots.
Well, that's
Reaction. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Reaction: after you succeed a fight action, put a resource on her from the token bank. If there are 3 or more resources on her, discard her.
okay.
Your bitter patron has come to collect her due, and she demands payment in blood.
The upside is that it does not remove things that are already on your sigil,
Yep.
but it does not mean that you can play them and then add them to your sigil.
No, because at the moment that you play them, you don't have a slot to hold them.
Yeah.
So I remember looking at her and being, this is the reason why I'm not playing Simone in true solo.
Because
Because if the weakness comes out at the absolute worst time, you're screwed.
I mean, sure.
Like, you have to succeed at a fight action.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's humor me for a second. Is Mono a Mono? I don't think Mono a Mono is a fight action.
I think it is.
Mono, because I think it's just, nope, it's not a fight action. It's an action, but it's just an action that deals the damage but does not provoke attacks of opportunity. For some reason. They could have made that a fight action, and then they would not have to deal with the attack of opportunity problem. But, yeah, if she pops out, because you have no strength. So, like, the way that you're fighting in almost all instances is going to be via spell assets, which is what you'd want to be doing. For her, I would also probably throw in Spectral Razor, just to have a non-asset fight option. But, like, you have to have something in there that lets you fight without needing to rely on your strength, because if you're trying to rely on getting 3 fights out of you have to get 3 fights when you don't, because in the worst case scenario she's taking up all your arcane slots, which means you can't use any of your spell assets, so you have to then be fighting things with your events or somehow muster up enough with what you have. I think this is too rough, if I'm being honest. If it was she takes up 2 arcane slots, okay, now you're letting me play with extra arcane slot shenanigans. But no, it's just straight up, you have no arcane slots. So it's like, I'm terrified of this. Because if it shows up at the absolute wrong time in a true solo or 2-player scenario, just scoop, you're done. Because it's, you have to succeed at fight actions. No one else can help you with this. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Sweeping kick?
Sweeping kick, sure, but then you still have to find 2 other things.
I guess that's fair.
It's not insurmountable, but it is, I think, way too hard for what, especially if you're drawing a bunch of cards, which is what she does. It's just like, you're going to find this, and you might even go through your deck faster, and then you might find her again. Also, yeah, I just think she's too rough. Just my 2 cents.
Hmm.
It's the main reason why I haven't played with Simone, is Marionette.
I'm just trying to think about how I would make it work.
I mean, if you're not playing spell assets, you could just get Keen Eye and then pump all your money into punching things. I guess. You could also rely on your non-firearm weapons. She does have access to... I mean, Guardians have a decent amount of melee weapons. She can enchant a weapon with her will. That would be a good way around this.
Enchant weapon wouldn't help.
Oh, right, because it takes up an arcane slot. Never mind. But she can use the Cyclopean Hammer to decent effect. It's not great in her otherwise, but it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
Gets her to 7, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I just
But
think you want ways of increasing your ways to fight and being able to do that. Like 1-2 punch isn't bad as long as you have ways of increasing your fist.
yeah, it it's the fact that you have to do this. There's just too many like hurdles with this. It takes up you lose all arcane slots. Well, that sucks. I mean, granted, if you have your signature good card out, this is significantly less of a problem.
Right.
But I don't like that gamble.
I mean, it is a sequencing thing, so you do have to be kind of careful about that.
But like, a weakness. I should not have to have one card in the entirety of my deck before my weakness shows up, or else my weakness royally screws me. That feels bad.
Mm.
Like, if it took up one of your arcane slots or two of your arcane slots, but gave you like things to work around with it that you could gain other arcane slots elsewhere, that would be something. If it was 2 fights instead of 3, that would be something, because I think even a single fight's pretty onerous, but most weaknesses take 2 actions to get rid of. This is taking 3, but it's not just 3 fights, it's 3 successful fights. Like, this is... I'm sorry. I feel like I keep cutting you off. I just am keep being flabbergasted by how onerous this feels to me.
So the reason why I am not immediately jumping on it is because my reaction when I see these things is to find the puzzle piece and the play style that lets you play with it. So I'm because like when you say that, Chad, if you draw this at the wrong time, this can really hose you. To be fair, that's almost every single signature weakness.
Strong disagree.
We've talked about this on the podcast even. My point is one could make that claim. I know this varies in severity because not all signature weaknesses are made the same.
Agreed.
My main point with that comment is that some cards I think should be more difficult to deal with. depending on what you are getting in return. I
Sure.
don't know how do I want to put this. I feel like there should have been other way. I feel like there should have been a different condition to get rid of her.
Sure.
I'm not sure what that is yet. I think it should have been damage on you. I
That's
feel like
fine.
I feel like either you needed to succeed at attacks or you needed to take attacks.
Sure.
It sounds like a weird thing, but that would let you lean into an aspect of your guardianness.
And she demands her payment in blood.
Right, that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
So, like, if she needs blood spilled and doesn't care who it's from, like, then there you go. Like, each time there is a successful attack, is how I would say this. Like either you succeed at a fight action, or you take an attack of opportunity or attack an enemy attack.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 3 fight actions is a little rough.
3 successful fights.
Yeah. But you're not going to be trying if you're not relatively expecting it to be successful.
Like, to use your idea for a moment, rewrite this as fine. Like to make it as unchanged as possible. She removes all of your arcane slots. You do not have any arcane slots. All enemies you fight gain retaliate. And then after you succeed a fight action or take 1 damage from an enemy, 1 or more damage from an enemy, put a resource on her.
Yeah, I don't think the enemies need to gain retaliate.
It just lets you trigger it.
I mean, a
Like,
weakness doesn't need uh a way to remove itself. Like, doesn't need to help you remove itself. It has a way to remove it.
yeah, I was putting retaliate on there because, again, it's 3 actions that you have to spend on this now. And so I was letting it help you, quote unquote, remove itself because it's more onerous than the normal 2 action.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking about it.
So here's the reason why I'm wanting to still linger on this. There's a
Sure.
kind of important point, and it maybe is where my head is and how Arkham kind of is that should it just be 2 actions to get rid of a weakness?
It
I know
depends
that's
on what the
I know
weakness is
that's
doing.
I get it. And I know that's like effectively quote unquote the going rate for a weakness. But like my question is like I assume that this was done because of flavor. That there must have been some flavor reason why it was put this way. Actually, honestly, quite surprised that it's not just succeed at a fight action and it's just one and done, considering that they gave her 1 fight.
Yep. And it's just weird. So, like, it's like most of the weaknesses that blow up your board state about the card type that you care about hit the board, blow up your state, and leave. This doesn't. This sticks around and prevents you from actively rebuilding it while it exists. Okay. Most of the ones that come into play and stick around and make you do something force you don't otherwise, like, they'll like be obtuse They'll make you play differently. They'll make you perhaps play suboptimally or go for a side quest or something, but they don't necessarily blow up your board state. This does both, and minimally costs you 3 actions, which is higher than we can have a debate over, whether or not 2 actions is a great going rate for weakness or not. But if we are counting it as the general something is sticking around in your play area and it takes 2 actions on average to get rid of it, this is more expensive than that. So it's just like, I don't understand, like, is this just to balance out the fact that she's purple and blue and can draw a bunch of cards? Because that is not a balance.
Yeah, there should have been. There's other ways you could have done that if it was card draw being the problem. Just so surprised by it.
I mean, maybe there's a really obvious solution to this in the blue cards that we haven't looked at yet.
Possibly.
But on the face of it, it just, and like I've briefly looked through the Mystic cards, and none of them immediately jump out to me as like solving this.
Like, I'm also surprised that it's just not like that the reaction isn't like after a successful fight action at your location, you can put one on her.
Isn't it? Wait, maybe I need to after you succeed at a fight action, put a resource on her.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I was saying like a successful fight action, like like if she just wants blood. Like this is my point. Like at the end where I'm having the problem with it, it's more the flavor problem. Like if she wants blood, like then okay. Then you just be at a place and make sure you get her payment. Like this is the I hate to call it this. This is what I call the fan design tax on a set. This is a cool flavor weakness that I think maybe cooked a little too long.
Yeah, or perhaps it's a Katamari that's gotten just a bit too much on it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, came up with this cool flavor idea, and then it kind of just sits here. And if it was a player card, just like a regular player card, I'd be like, oh, well, that's a slight miss. But this is like a signature card. And
Sure.
I mean, like, and that really bogs down a whole investigator.
Sorry, finish your thought, then I have a different train of thought.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of just it. That's more or less where I'm at with it. It's not quite there. And like, yeah, you can just lean on your melee weapons and like various other things to like help you like get rid of her. But that just feels uninteresting.
So, to that point, and I agree that it feels a little uninteresting. To that point, there are 3 level 0 melee weapons that she has access to that she could reasonably use. The most simple one is Sword Cane, which lets her once a round fight or evade using her will instead of her normal stats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it for this function because it's once per round. So that means that this is going to take 3 rounds, theoretically, to do. And then you're still engaged with it, and it's still attacking you. Don't love it. But maybe you need to pair it with something else. She also has access to, again, this is all level 0, the Wicked Athame, the Cursed Blade. It does use Fight, uses Strength, but if you want to do a curse build out of her, you can add 1 to 3 curse tokens and get plus 2 strength for each curse token added. Also, if it defeats an enemy, replenish a charge or an offering, which I guess she cares about because she could basically get a free card draw out of it. Lastly, and perhaps the best option, is the Ceremonial Sickle, which is the Charm Doom asset that Mystic has, which lets her use her will or use strength +1. And like out of all of the Doom assets or Doom Charm assets, it's the weakest in my opinion, but it does its job. The problem is none of these really synergize with what she wants to be doing.
And she can also use the Enchanted Blade.
It would get her to 3.
Yeah. But if you use other things.
Yeah, I was trying to find ways for her to
Oh, no,
get
she
to.
can't use the Enchanted Blade because it takes up
Oh, because it takes up an arcane slot. Yeah, I was trying to find melee options that get her to at least 4 or 5 without having to spend other things. Yeah, I think it would be interesting to put Dragon Pole in her. Because you get an additional arcane slot, and then she wants to fill her arcane slots, and then she can use Dragon Pole, and like it helps her with her card draw even more. And I'm sorry, I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. I'll just stop. I'm sorry. Maybe the silver bullet's in her stuff.
I doubt it is. And if it is, then silver. And I am not a fan of silver bullet design. So
Agreed. But that's just me. Do you want to move on?
might as well.
All right. The first card is the Browning 1910. It is a 3-cost level 1 firearm asset. Can anyone even take this in this box?
Why is this in this box?
Can anyone even take this?
No.
Yeah, why is this in this box? Okay. So level 1, 3-cost, one-handed firearm weapon item. Uses 4 ammo. Action, spend an ammo, fight. You get +1 strength for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. If this attack defeats an enemy, draw a card. Ignoring that it's in this box, it's a good gun. I've played this in a Michael McGlenn deck and liked it.
That's a good gun. I'm not gonna gainsay that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an awesome
It's a good gun.
XP gun. I like that you can't just throw it in there at level 0, so you have to get it after the first scenario. But I just imagine people will just grab this.
I mean,
if for nothing else, it's 3 cost for 4 bullets.
Yeah, 3 cost, 4 bullets for a +1 hit and +1 damage is solid. And then if you kill something with it, draw a card. Great.
Yeah, that's awesome. No notes. That's cool. Shouldn't be in this box, but I love it.
All right. Shall we move on to the trinket?
Yeah. So our next card is the Ijaya Trinket. 1 cost. Hand asset that takes up a hand slot. Item, charm, and occult traded. It's for a fist and a foot. Uses 3 charges. If Ijaya Trinket has no charges, discard it. Reaction, after a non-elite enemy attacks you, even if that attack was cancelled, spend 1 charge and exhaust Ijaya Trinket. That enemy does not ready during the next upkeep phase. I really wished we would shorten this to stun or something like that.
I really wish they had done that in Chapter 2 where you just stun an enemy. And it just, stun means does not ready during the upkeep phase. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they did that too. Ignoring, quibbling of language, I like this.
Yeah, it's neat.
It's 1 cost. It's not flashy. It's charm and occult traded, which means there's a number of people who have occult access. There's Amina can take this for charm access, and she actually doesn't really mind this because it helps her with enemy management while she's still getting set up.
Yeah,
I like it.
This is also not bad in Simone because it can be used just for. This can be 1 cost, draw 3 cards.
Yeah. She can't ignore if she uses it. It's not a spell asset, so she can't ignore the charge cost. Oh no, you can't spend charges from it because it's not a spell asset.
Oh,
You may
hello.
only spend a charge on a spell asset you control to draw a card.
Oh, never mind. It's still not. It's still nice.
Yeah, it's still not bad. It's neat.
Yeah.
There's a level 2 version of it that gains a wild icon. Still has 3 charges. Still, if it has no charges, discard it. When an enemy attacks you, spend a charge and exhaust it. To cancel the attack, if the enemy is not elite, it does not ready during the next upkeep phase. So now it cancels the attack. It cancels the attack even if it's an elite enemy attacking you. But bonus, if the enemy's not elite, it's stunned.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, I like it. 2 XP, that's a solid 2 XP upgrade. Still a little like neat and niche, but I
It
like it.
also is not like when an enemy attacks you during the enemy phase. So you
Oh, it's
can
just
just
nice.
always you can do it to, against attacks of opportunity, and that like will straight up stun. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's a fun card. Well, our next
Why?
one is the
Why?
Lewis Smith 4, a 5-cost level 3 item, weapon, and firearm traded asset. It's a flamethrower. Takes up 2 hand slots. Commits for 3 fist. Uses 6 ammo. Forced. If Lewis Mark IV is ready, it may not move except via encounter card effects.
I'm going to assume that should be encounter card / scenario effects. But yeah.
Fast. You can exhaust this card. Action. If it's ready, spend 1 ammo to fight. You get +2 and deal +1 damage for this attack. If you succeed by 2 or more, you may spend an additional ammo to deal this attack's damage to an additional enemy at your location, once per attack.
I like this.
It's fine.
I like that it's really powerful, but you have to like it has some interesting positioning mechanics with it.
I don't know if I would call it really powerful.
For 3 XP, it's letting you be able to splash damage around, which is not super common.
I mean, I would expect more out of a level 3 2-hand slot weapon.
Let's take a look at the flamethrower. So the flamethrower is 4 cost, 5 XP, 4 ammo, action, spend an ammo, fight. The enemy chosen for this attack must be engaged with you with the enemy engaged with you with the highest fight. You get +4 for this attack. If it is successful, instead of its standard damage, you may assign up to 4 damage among enemies engaged with you. So this lets you. It has more ammo. You get less fight bonus. But if you succeed, you would get to do as much damage. It would still let you do 4 damage for the
You spend
for
more
the
ammo.
effect, but it would cost you more ammo. As like a lower. Sorry, go ahead.
But also it has all the positioning things, and it only works if it's ready.
Yeah. Which leads to interactions with Guardian cards that ready other cards.
Yeah, but like there's better things to do to pay off those effects than this.
So take everything I say with the grain of salt of I don't typically care for or play with big two-handed firearms. That's just not I don't gravitate towards them generally. For a 3 XP version of Flamethrower, this seems decent to me.
I don't know. It's weird because I don't really get wowed by guns all that much. I It's never been a thing that I like get excited by. So I have
Yeah,
to like see combinations or other things I can do with it, and this is just like I've seen this effect before on a number of different guns,
sure.
like the Rogue Thompson, right? The one that's
Yeah,
the
the
gun
the
that's the Guardian Rogue split, and that but like the when you upgrade it to the Rogue version,
yeah,
it does this.
.45 Thompson. The Rogue version, level 3, 5 cost. Action, 5 ammo. Action, spend an ammo. You get +2 fight and deal +1 damage for this attack. If you succeed by at least X, you may spend 1 ammo to deal this attack's damage to another enemy at your location, where X is the enemy's fight value. So it is probably easier to trigger the Lewis Mark IV. Probably.
I mean, sure. Like I don't get excited by this gun either.
That's fine. Well, and you already see my previous note of I don't tend to gravitate towards the big two-handed guns.
Well, I mean,
So
I don't get me wrong. I do think the two big 200 guns can be fun.
yes,
It's just this one in particular, with all of its drawbacks, does not feel all that interesting.
okay. Maybe adding 2 XP with it will help.
Let's find out.
I'm gonna table the idea of why is this in this box, but yes, Lewis Mark IV level 5 is 5 cost. It gets a wild icon in addition to its 3 strength, and it has 8 ammo. Okay, and same. I'm going to call it positioning or movement restriction. If it's ready, you may not move except via encounter cards. And I'm going to also assume scenario card effects because that could be a problem in very niche situations. And then as a free trigger, you may exhaust it. Action. If it is ready, you may spend 1 ammo to fight. You get +3 fight and deal +2 damage for this attack. If you succeed by 2 or more, you may spend additional ammo to deal this attack's damage to an additional enemy at your location, or 2 additional ammo to deal this attack's damage to an enemy at a connecting location instead. So compared to the flamethrower, which is the most comparable thing I would argue to it, it doesn't have a body slot like the flamethrower does, or doesn't take up the body slot like the flamethrower does, but it restricts your movement. You're not getting as much to hit, and you're still only doing 4 damage, but you can spread it around in a slightly different way, but you are getting twice as much ammo out of it. And flamethrower was tabooed to be 6 XP.
Yeah, but like you're also using ammo at the same rate as the flamethrower.
Yep. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as it seems comparable to the flamethrower, and so if you like that sort of thing, you'll probably like this.
I mean, I just think people will want to just play with the flamethrower instead.
That's fine. The fact that it doesn't take up the body slot is not nothing.
I don't disagree with that.
You can do something with that.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I don't know. Normally, I'm all down for the restrictions, but I'm kind of I don't know. I don't feel like this restriction is all that interesting.
Sure.
Our next card is Margot Toussaint, Precious Pearl, a 4-cost level 2 ally asset that is ally blessed and witch traded. Commits for 2 will, soaks for 1 and 3. Your arcane assets can be used to hold cards that take up hand slots.
Arcane slots.
Did I say arcane assets?
Yes.
Yes, arcane slots can be used for hand slots.
Neat.
Forced, when you would perform an action printed on an asset that uses a hand slot. Use your will instead of the skill indicated, and you must treat each skill icon printed on that asset's text as if it was a will.
Okay. So this is a
Except,
silver bullet
except
for
it's not.
Simone. Because,
Oh, I guess it works still.
yeah, you still have hand slots. I kind of hate that you lose the arcane slots that you were using for your hand stuff with her, and when Simone draws her weakness, I think that's kind of annoying. But yeah,
It also just kind of feels like you're gonna have to play with this ally.
it does feel like you kind of have to play with this ally because she enables you to use all of your melee cards in the way that you want to.
Yeah.
The problem is she's 2 XP. So
Yeah.
you won't have her from the beginning of the game. You can get 2 copies of her eventually, and ideally you will draw either one or either of the copies of her or the signature card before you draw the weakness.
Hmm.
But it's like the first 4 XP has to go into this, which
Yeah.
slows down your ability to do other things.
It's a little unfortunate. It's a
I kind
neat
of wish she
color.
I kind of wish she was just the signature ally.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, why isn't she just your signature ally?
I don't know. But I like her.
I don't dislike her. I'm trying to think of what other. Pretty much just Sister Mary.
Um Sister Mary could get use out of this. Diana Stanley could get use out of this.
Sure.
Um, Zoe
Okay,
could get use out of this.
Zoe, I can understand because it's forced. You have to use your will instead.
Yeah, for any of your hand slot
Yeah, for
assets,
anything.
you have to use your will instead of whatever's normally printed.
Oh, well, that's neat. There's some other fun things you can do with this too.
Mm-hmm. I like this as an interesting like splash piece and a way to like leverage will in a faction that's always had a through line about leveraging will.
Yeah,
So
that's
like I like
neat.
this.
Like this is neat. You can also, uh, uh, you can also like if you have tomes or other things that like lets you make you use book, it's replaced with your will instead.
Oh sure. Like it's a for someone who has high will, it is a very potent way to just switch everything to will. In fact, I'm kind of surprised this isn't. This feels like it should be a purple card. I'm kind of glad it's not, but it feels like it kind of should be. Also, it's bless traded, which means anyone who can take bless traded stuff can take it. Insert
Yeah,
comment here about how Father Mateo wouldn't mind this.
yeah, like this is neat. I guess is all I'm getting at. This is just, it is a neat effect. It just, and I guess we did actually find a silver bullet
I mean,
in this.
again, I'm going to second that I don't love that you have to play this in
It
response.
it feels like the uh signature weakness is a little in the way, but otherwise, cool card. I like the ally.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have precautionary measures. It is a level 1 permanent exceptional talent asset. Reaction after you resolve a revelation effect drawn by another investigator or remove a non weakness treachery from another investigator's threat area, place one resource on precautionary measures as evidence. Fast, spend whatever evidence and exhaust precautionary measures. You get +2 to a test you are taking and draw a card.
Whoa,
That's pretty decent.
I would call that pretty solid.
2 XP, but it's only going to work in multiplayer because you
Yeah,
have to
because
do stuff interacting with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It's
good.
it's it's neat. I like it. I also tend to like playing in that style. Um, well, interesting to note that it's after you resolve a revelation effect drawn by another investigator or remove a non-weakness treachery, not cancel a card for somebody else. You can't do that for this.
Yeah. To be
So
fair,
it,
that
it
would
is.
probably be too strong.
It would probably be too strong, but the point that I was getting at is just like the amount of ways that you can draw stuff for other people is very limited.
Yeah.
So more so, you're probably getting rid of treacheries that are sticking to them. And if that's the case, that's a little scenario dependent.
Yeah, it's also
So, like,
really splashable.
this is very splashable. Um, I like this generally. It might be a little more situational than we're first giving it credit for.
It is, but it's permanent. So,
Yeah.
so you're always going to be have it. So even if you did it only, let's just say 4 times, it's still probably worth the 2 experience because it's always going to be a +2 to a test that you're doing and then drawing you a card after you do that when you want it.
I think you get to draw the card immediately.
You always get to draw the card.
No.
But
But what I'm saying is, I'm in the middle of a test. I exhaust this. I get
yeah,
+2 to the test that I'm taking, and draw a card before I resolve more of the test.
yeah. No, I know that I wasn't. That's not what I was saying. I'm just saying it would. It
Oh,
makes. I'm when I said later, I meant like after you resolve the card. Like it effectively changes the text of the card that you're playing. That's like it changes the text of let me handle this to like also have this effect to,
yeah. I
to
see what you're
affect
saying now.
cantrip or something like that. And that's just good.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you also if you have other evidence effects, this is evidence.
Yep.
Uh, I don't know where that's relevant, but like it's there.
Yep. Also, hey, you remember that rogue card that we were looking at that lets you put up to 3 evidence on a thing?
Oh, that's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, neat card.
Mm-hmm.
Our next one is Pugilist. 3 cost talent asset. Commits for 2 fist. Limit 1 per investigator. While your hand slots do not contain any weapon or melee assets, you deal +1 damage on fight actions that test your fist.
Okay. So it works on basic fights and event fights.
Yep. As long as you do not have any weapon or melee assets.
In your hand slots, yeah. Um, so this feels kind of like, hey, do you want to play boxing gloves? Well, actually, no, boxing gloves gives you bonus to hit. This gives you bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. It's restrictive, but it is compensating you for it.
I'm still mentally assessing if I think it's okay that it's a limit 1 per investigator, or if it would be fine if it wasn't.
It's not fine. 3 damage for a basic fight is like the problem is if we're basically treating this as a melee card that just all day every day does 2 damage, that's basically a like a variation on machete, and machete's pretty solid.
Okay.
So being able to do 3 damage with a single punch at level 0, just that's too consistent.
That's fair.
And it also can modify your fight events that are doing +1 damage to make them do +3 damage anyway.
That's fair.
So for what it is, I think it's fine. And I like that your second copy isn't worthless. You can commit it for double strength to, say, a fight action.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I don't dislike it. It's just always these talent assets. I am always like, it takes a second for me to always want to say whether or not I think they're good or not, because they sometimes like to restrict them, sometimes don't, and
Yep,
I always find myself on, like, it's almost a coin flip whether or not I'm on the same side as that decision.
sure. Well, there's a level 5 version.
Does it make it a permanent?
But it's not actually level 5 because, well, it is level 5, but it's exceptional.
Oh, well, at least it's a permanent.
So for 10 XP permanent, while your hand slots do not carry any weapon or melee assets, you get +2 to your fight actions that test strength, and you do +1 damage.
That's probably worth it.
It's 10 XP.
Yeah.
To get +2 to basic fight and fight events, and +1 damage, that is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
just
solid.
it's really good. Like, it's a permanent. Like,
Yeah,
like I
you win
always
this time.
yeah, like that's always how these talents are always, like, that's the best form of them. Is like, you eventually just make it a permanent. Like, that's what everyone always wants with these types of things. Now it's a fun playstyle thing. You're not going to be able to get it right away. And if you saved all of your experience for the first 2 scenarios, you could just start using it on scenario 3. That's like the
Well,
fastest you get this.
yeah, and also look at it as, instead of spending 10 XP on 2 giant weapons, you
Right.
can get spent. Yeah,
Right. Like, you're just not going to have these weapons. Have those weapons. You're probably going to just
so
get rid of the weapons from your deck.
yeah, but you can still use like flashlight,
Right.
which is neat.
Yeah. That's what I
I
think
don't
is
know
neat.
why. I don't know why it's in this box, but it's neat.
At least I can understand it. Like, the pugilist talent can at least work with her. I don't like it, but it at least works.
It gets her to 3 fight base,
Oh, I mean,
but
this also does work with Simone.
yeah, it gets her to 3 fight.
Well, so it also just gives her +1 damage on all of her spells too that do fights.
As long as it's fight actions that test strength.
Oh, you're right. I missed that part.
Yeah.
God.
So you could do a convoluted build where you're not subbing for, where you prevent the substitutions for will, but I don't think that's worth. I don't think this is a good Simone card, honestly.
No,
I'd rather.
now that I see that, now that I've been told how the card works, it's a little less good. But it's still a neat
So
card.
it's still a neat card. Like, the assets by and large have been fine. They've been neat, but only 2 of them are like interesting in the person who comes in the box, and most of these cards are unplayable, literally in the instance of the firearms, um, by anybody in the box.
Yeah, no one gets just Guardian access in this box.
Without, well, she gets Guardian, but no firearms.
Yeah. But I mean, like, no one in this box just gets Guardian cards.
Nope. Or firearms or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just
Like, if
talk
they're,
about just like says Guardian on the deck building.
I mean, Simone gets Guardian 0 to 5.
Okay.
I,
Listen
like,
to words. I know you can follow through on my thought process.
I know, but to your point of, there's nobody who can take the upgraded
Being too
firearms.
literal on that one. You know that I meant everyone else.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go move on to the events cut them off. 3 cost.
Cut him off.
Sorry, cut them off. 3 cost, 1 XP tactic events, commits 4 in agility. Fast. Play when an enemy's hunter or patrol keyword would cause it to move into another investigator's location during this enemy phase. Move your investigator 1 location at a time to that enemy's location. If that enemy would make an attack against another investigator, you may choose to cancel it.
Neat.
Why would the second ability trigger? So, when an enemy's hunter or patrol keyword would cause it to move to another investigator's location. Okay?
Yeah.
So it has to be moving. If it's engaged with you, it's not moving. Or if it's engaged with somebody, it's not moving. So then, when it's about to move, you move your investigator to that enemy's location. Then, if that enemy would make an attack against another investigator, which, if it was about to leave, if it's a hunter, it wouldn't have moved, so you wouldn't be able to trigger there. And let me double check patrol. It's been a hot minute since I've had to read patrol, but let me double check patrol. What do I do with my phone?
That is unfortunate.
See what I mean? Where I'm like, I'm not sure what the second ability's doing. Rules, because I don't think they patrol while they're engaged, because I don't think they do, but maybe I'm rusty. Each ready unengaged enemy with the patrol keyword moves.
Yeah.
So there is I guess there is an instance where like an aloof enemy would attack each investigator at its location, I guess. Like, that's technically possible, and that will technically make the second ability on this work, but by and large, the second ability is worthless.
That's really specific.
Yeah.
It's really too bad. It really should have probably said to that investigator's location.
Yeah, I've been fine with that. And then it would still all work just fine.
And then it probably should have been when an enemy engages or would attack another investigator.
Sure.
So like the idea is effectively that you can use this even at a connecting location to get in there, cancel it, and then you'll be able to it doesn't like take the engagement away. So you have to
I mean, this works at any distance.
Oh, yeah. So like that to me then would be the value, right? Is that you effectively can like shoot across the whole board. Yeah, this card just doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's ignoring the second text. I think I would rather this card be like, well, I guess it can move you way across the map if you want to.
So what this does to me, the way as written, is it lets you shoot across the map to engage an enemy that would move into someone else's space.
Yes.
That's what this does. I don't know when that last sentence would ever trigger, but it's there.
Yeah.
No, in the instance that you described before, it wouldn't work.
Okay, hypothetical situation where I think it works is like you have an enemy that patrols, but isn't engaged, that attacks everyone at its location at the end of the enemy phase.
Okay, so I guess it would
still very specific.
I guess it would still work. It's just weird that it works that way because you wouldn't be at that location when it did that.
I wouldn't be, but like I would be preventing.
Like it would have to be both aloof and patrol like that. Attack everyone at its location, and then you'd still get to you wouldn't be there, but you'd get to cancel an attack there.
Well, you would. Yeah, because it would still leave, because it doesn't cancel the enemy's movement.
Right.
Yeah, what is this other text doing?
It's just I I think the intent was to cut off an enemy and then cancel an attack and cancel that attack. That would be
Yeah,
my guess was the intent.
but it only cancels the attack if the attack's against a different investigator.
I agree. It's not There's not a lot here that makes sense. But there's an
Okay.
effect that this does that is useful in that it can easily get you across the map to engage an enemy that's about to engage someone. So in a Thorns build,
Sure.
this is useful because it can like shoot you to where you want to be to then take hits.
Okay. Let's see if the upgraded version fixes this.
Okay.
Still 3 cost, but it's now 3 XP. It gained a strength and a wild icon. Still fast, still play when an enemy's hunter or patrol keyword would cause it to move, so it has to be about to move
Yep.
into another investigator's location during the enemy phase. Move your investigator one location at a time to that enemy's location. If it would make an attack against another investigator, you may choose to cancel it. All of that is exactly the same. Then, take a fight action against that enemy. This attack ignores the retaliate keyword.
Okay, so it does everything before, but then gives you a bonus fight action.
But it doesn't ignore the aloof keyword.
True.
Which means if it's aloof, if it's a fairy, because that's the most relevant aloof enemy that we've dealt with recently, if there was an aloof fairy that moved to your location and I play cut them off, it doesn't matter because I would move to the enemy's location, it would still leave. Because
yeah, but you get to still take a fight action against that enemy.
nope, because it's aloof.
I understand, but like that's fair. I was to say even if like yeah.
Most effects like this would specify it ignores the aloof keyword.
That's reasonable.
So as like a defensive card where like again, the aloof keyword's me being kind of persnickety at it. I wish it like ignored aloof, but for running interference against well wait a minute, hold up. Timing. So sorry. Generally speaking, I don't think this is a bad card. I get what it's trying to go for. There's a timing thing that I just realized. So the enemy is about to move.
Yep.
So you move to it. And let's just say it's a normal enemy. It doesn't have aloof. It's engaged with you now. It's no longer going to move.
So its hunter patrol wouldn't work because you're there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. If that enemy would make attack against another investigator, which again is completely irrelevant, you may choose to cancel it. But then the weird thing is it says then take a fight action against that enemy, which implies to me that it's like, oh, after the like, is it after the attack phase or is it after you move? I think it's after you move.
It's after the previous effect, because the card is not done resolving.
Yep. So it's just a little weird on the timing end, but I get it.
It's not that weird. Sorry. Like this is you always with whenever there's a word then.
Well, it's just also the fact that they interjected a note about the enemy attack. Like if it was move your investigator one location at a time to that enemy's location, then take a fight action against that enemy. This attack ignores the retaliate keyword, period. And then you have the next line or have the like paragraph break or whatever. If that enemy would make an attack against another investigator, you may choose to cancel it. Like have like the lingering effect of like
because we're still in the hunters
we're still in the enemy phase. But like the weird thing here is
patrol keyword activation part of the enemy phase. Like
there's like a lingering aspect to this card that is just kind of striking me a little weird. Because it's like if that for the remainder of the enemy phase, if that enemy would make an attack against another investigator, you may choose to cancel it. I wouldn't have any issues. But the fact that there's like a lingering effect, but that it doesn't like call it out as a lingering effect is kind of weird to me. But that's me being persnickety.
I mean, I agree with that. It probably should say that, but I'm going to be honest with you. This card has enough text on it.
Oh yeah, it's crammed.
It's fine. I it's probably too expensive for the effect, but it does let you move across the whole map, so that's probably worth the 3.
Yeah, the most comparable thing would be Heroic Rescue.
Yeah.
Heroic Rescue. So there's level 2 Heroic Rescue, which is when a non-elite enemy would attack another investigator at your location or connecting location. So for 2 XP and 0 cost, you can move to that enemy, move that location if you're not already there, so it gets you up to 1 move, engage that enemy, and you get attacked instead, and then you ding it for a damage back. For 3 XP, you can move a lot farther. That is the true advantage of this card. You can move a lot farther. But I think it could have been two cost.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. That's all I have to really say about it. It's fine. It does do something.
Yep.
Which I thought it for a while it didn't do anything, but it does work. It does a thing. It has a place with some interesting riders on it. So it's gonna be one of those things where you read it and it's like, oh, you thought it worked in one way and it works in a different way.
Yep.
Okay. Our next event is Divinity Within. A 0 cost, blessed and spell traded event. Commits for a will. And you take up to 3 damage. For each point of damage you take, you may heal 1 damage from among investigators and or ally assets at your location.
Okay. So, like, it's fine. It lets you move some.
It lets you put that damage on your things too. So
Yeah, it's not direct damage. Is how I understand your point. So, like, that's fine. That makes it more playable in Simone.
I guess I don't really get the point.
It just lets you move some damage around. The best case scenario I have for this card is put this in Tommy. So
my question is why phrase it like this? I guess you take the damage first.
Yeah.
So you can always do it.
But like, let's say I have what's something that soaks for 3 damage? Let's say I've got a guard dog. Not the best example, but it soaks for 3 and it's what came to mind. So I've got a guard dog with no damage on it. I'm playing as Tommy, and let's say I have 4 of 8 damage on me.
Mm-hmm.
I can play this as an action, take 3 damage, which I'm put on my guard dog, kills it, and gets me 3 resources for my Tommy shenanigans. This is old Tommy, to be clear. And then I can heal 3 damage off of myself. That's not bad.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. So you can effectively, yeah. My guess my point of how I was saying it was like if you wanted that effect, why not just like let you move damage around?
Yeah. There's a card, a double action card from Hemlock Vale that does a similar thing. Wrong. There we go. Wrong place, right time. It's a 0 cost spirit double event in Survivor. As additional cost to play it, spend additional action. Move up to 5 damage and or horror from your investigator to assets controlled by investigators at your location. For each asset defeated by this effect, draw a card. Remove wrong place, right time from the game.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was about to say. Is that this kind of feels like it's weird that it's in blue.
I mean, it lets you take it onto yourself.
Okay.
Like the Survivor card, the Survivor version of this type of effect just lets you move stuff around.
I know.
Whereas this is taking it onto yourself / your stuff.
But like it's a card that damages you and then heals. That just feels Survivor.
Agreed.
It's not just a card that heals. that I would call a guardian.
Sure.
Sorry, that's just me flavor wise. Like that's typically how the difference between like guardians and survivor healing.
Yep.
It's just a weird card. I just don't.
It's
Uh,
niche.
yeah, I just don't. I guess have much of a place for this in my brain.
It's honestly, in my mind, it's people like Tommy or Calvin since it's spirit traded. Like people who
Now,
are doing shenanigans with damage.
it is not spirit traded.
It's not spirit traded. Never mind. Calvin can't take this. Would a level 2 version help?
Maybe.
It gains fast and a will. That's
Okay.
it.
I mean, it's
So
better.
if you, it is better. So if you wanted that, it's fast.
This is the type of card that if someone will do something with, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's what you're doing." Now I see it.
Yeah, at a
Like, because the thing you said with Tommy, I'm like, I mean, I can just do that by taking attacks of opportunity. Like,
sure. I mean, this can let you take damage off of. Like, let's say you had a damaged guard dog or damaged Gret Wagner or something. This lets you clear them by basically transferring the damage onto you.
yeah, I get it. I get what it's doing. Like, I get that. I'm just like, I'm just trying to, like, someone would have to play it for me to see how valuable that is.
Yeah, as is, it's just kind of fine.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm kind of getting at. Like it's like if someone says can show me that this is a really good card, I will then say that. Like I just can't see it right now. And maybe it's just that my morale is shattered from the rest of the Guardian cards that I've been kind of like not very impressed by.
Yeah. Spirit Transference is a level 1 cost Guardian event. It is spell, ritual, and bless traded, which means if Edith has ritual traits, she could take it. If she has spell traits, she could take this.
Mm-hmm.
So fast. Play when an ally asset at your location is defeated or discarded by an encounter card effect. You may then search your deck for an ally asset with a different title and add it to your hand.
Neat.
Neat. Charlie Kane loves this.
I think that's just Leo
That's
probably
just
likes it too.
Yeah, Leo likes this. It has to be defeated or discarded. I'm reading that as a grouping. Well, actually, should I be reading that as a grouping?
I wouldn't.
Is it?
I would say it is defeated or discarded by an encounter card effect.
Yeah, I have problems with groupings, but that's partly because of that's
That's
an
the English.
occupational hazard.
Yeah, that's an English language problem. But like in this instance, this is the clearest and kind of the most like intuitive way to read it.
Yeah, because if you specify that it's discarded by an encounter card effect, it prevents you from discarding it due to slots for this purpose.
Mhm.
I like this. I like this a lot. It's not fancy. It's not flashy. It's just nice.
Yeah, it's just a good level 0 card effect. Like I lost an ally, so I'm going to grab a different ally.
Yep.
You can you can do an academic army in old, actually not old and new. Uh, what's his face? Joe Diamond.
Absolutely.
Okay, but now everyone, there's a level 3 version. I wonder what this does.
Gasp.
It is a 3 experience. The condition is the same. Still fast. Still one cost. You search your deck or discard pile for an ally asset with a different title. You might either add it to your hand or play it, paying its cost.
That's not bad.
I can't say anything bad. That's worth it.
Yeah, I'm a little sad Kane can't take it, but it's probably good Kane can't take it.
It's probably for the best. They put this in a place where it's probably the best place to be. If it
Yeah.
was 2, I think it could just be abused.
Yeah, Leo likes this. Tommy likes this. A lot of people like
Yeah,
this.
it's just I think this is just a good card.
And it gets stuff out of the discard pile.
Yeah, and
It's very
it's
specific
recursion in blue.
recursion. Okay. Then we have 2 skill cards.
Huzzah!
The first is Show of Bravery. It has 2 will. It's level 0 and innate, so insert comment about Silas here. 2 will, 2 strength, 1 wild.
Okay.
For each point of horror on your investigator, this card loses an icon of your choice. So it's good early.
Yeah, or if you are good at cycling in and out of your horror.
Or soaking it off on other things.
Mhm.
But I don't want to die. Oh, be quiet. People die. It's practically what we're made for.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, for 0 XP, this is fine.
Yeah, that's a fine card. That's that's probably 3 will or 3 fight. Like that's valuable. Hey, look.
Yeah.
This is actually a card that works pretty decently in Simone.
Yes, it does.
I don't know what to say. That's a nice. It's stats, but like it's a playstyle thing. That's fine. Our next skill card is Suppressing Fire, a level 1 Gambit skill. Commits for a fist. Commit to a test on a firearm asset. As an additional cost to commit this card, you may spend any amount of ammo on that asset. Suppressing Fire gains X strength icons, where X is the total amount of ammo spent during this test. If this test succeeds, you may draw 1 card for each ammo you spent during this action.
Mechanically, it's fine. Flavor-wise,
Well, it makes sense.
I don't. Well, the problem flavor-wise is like suppressing fire is somebody is firing for suppression, distraction, whatever, while somebody else does something.
I mean, yes, but you're also just more likely to hit them too because there's way more bullets flying around.
Sure. I mean, again, that's me being more persnickety. I think the card's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's here, but I think the card's fine.
Yeah, like I don't know why it's in this box.
I do like
interesting.
Yeah, I do like that there's a lot of card draw support.
Yeah, this is interesting blue card draw. I'm so like torn because ammo is both precious and plentiful.
Depending on the situation, yes.
So like it's like, oh man, that's interesting, but is it good enough? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you need it and you have the bullets available, you can easily lose 2 of them. And it's amongst all your guns.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a good Michael card. Tony doesn't mind it.
Also, if someone else is using guns, you can commit it to theirs.
Yep. As long as... Wait, as additional cost to commit this card, you may spend an additional amount of ammo on that asset.
Oh.
So, hold up. You fire a gun. I'm at your location. I commit this to a test on a firearm asset, which I did. That's legal. As additional cost to commit this card, I may then spend any amount of ammo that is on your gun. And if you succeed, I get to draw cards.
Yeah, that's a language problem.
That's a problem.
I just feel like you make that just commit to a test on a firearm asset you control. Done.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
I feel like was the intent.
Yeah. Yeah, because usually you're not allowed to spend other people's tokens.
Yeah. Or you change that language there. Like that's a language question, but my guess is that it's supposed to be for you control.
Okay, Nick. How do you feel about the Guardian cards?
Meh. Sorry, that comes across as a little petulant. Um, there's too many guns in it.
Yeah,
There's too,
there's too many cards that no one can take.
yeah, like literally, Simone's the only one that can have pretty much any access to blue cards, and she can't or doesn't want to use one, two, three, four, five, six of them.
Yeah, I would say about half the cards she's just straight up not interested in, and half the cards almost no one in the box can take.
Yeah,
So
like
it's just like, why are they here?
yeah, that's just my problem with it. It's like I feel like this is just wasted in the box.
Yeah,
Just
like
because, like it's not self-contained enough. Like
the firearms are fine.
the cards are like I like the Browning 1910. That's just a good gun. I love that.
Yeah,
Um, I have my quibbles about the other flamethrower, but if people like it, I'm not gonna say that.
sure.
I'm not gonna gainst it. It's just that just doesn't excite me. Um, the talents, they're good. The ally, good. Little neat, more niche, but fine. The events are fine, with spirit transference being like solid, like really solid. Um, there's one skill in here that Simone likes, and then there's a skill that she can't do anything with.
Yeah, there's a firm theme in the secret cards. There is a firm theme in the mystic cards. There's a bit of a theme going through the survivors. There's a little bit of a mixed bag going through rogue. There's no theme here.
I do feel like we went through strongest themes down into weakest themes.
I agree. Mystic
And
was,
pretty
I think,
impressively, we did that randomly.
yes. No, I think Mystic got absolutely the best card pool out of
Oh,
this.
no questions.
Like, the secret card pool is quite strong, but as I edited that episode, I was reminded of the phrase that I will use here again. It's heavily dependent on what you're returning with it.
Yes.
So, like, in and of itself is fine, but it enables you to do shenanigans. Then we went to. Did we do Rogue next or Survivor next?
Survivor next.
Um, it was just yesterday, and like, there's some good stuff in here that I'm like, yeah, cool. And then Rogue was kind of interesting because there's some interesting pieces, but nothing secret related for the person who's secret. And then half of the stuff in Guardian, it feels like, is gun stuff that no one can use.
Like it's in the box. And like I
Like,
guess, and I know like you're gonna have people that are gonna use guns because like this isn't gonna be your first like product. Uh, but like it just feels like a miss. Like
yep,
the Mystic in the set loves the Mystic cards in the set. The Seeker in the
yes,
set, you will definitely be happy with the Seeker cards in the set. The Survivor in the set actually is quite happy with a lot of the cards in the set.
for Mystic.
Well,
and Survivor.
and there's Survivor cards. Like there's a bunch of like when you fail, you get to try that test again, which is like kind of his thing.
Yep.
The Rogue is like on like the cards from the Rogue pool. There's stuff that they're like not upset with, but they wish were like maybe a little more themed to them. And then the Guardians here like, but what about me?
Yeah. Um, Pop quiz.
Coke Zero.
Ha. Pop quiz. I actually looked this up once. There, I know there's one answer that I know for sure. I think there's maybe only 2 or 3 answers to this question, but there's
Okay.
one answer that I know for sure, and it might be the only one. But pop quiz: name a card that came in a box that no one in that box could take. I know one answer for sure for this question. Would you like a fun? And I'll even give you a hint. We talked about it tonight. Kind of. We talked about a variant of it.
What?
The correct answer that I can think of to this is the 45 Thompson Guardian.
Really?
It came out in the box that had Joe Diamond as the primary fighter and Carolyn Fern as the Guardian, and she cannot take firearm assets above level. She can take level 0 firearm, but that's it.
Okay.
Or she can't take weapons above level 0, or you know what I mean. She
Yeah,
can take level 0 weapons, but not anything
right,
level
because that
1 or
came out in
above.
Circle Undone, that 45.
Correct. So that is maybe the only answer. Don't quote me on that, but maybe the only answer to the name a card that came out in a box that no one in that box could take.
Like,
45 Thompson.
I'm also just surprised that there's not an arcane asset in Guardian that has uses charges.
Oh, you're right. There are no spells that.
No spell
Yeah,
assets.
no spell assets.
I just feel like there should have been one.
Take out all the guns. Replace them with spells.
Like, it's just like I'm just surprised that there's not one. Like,
Yeah. I feel like we're ragging the point a bit, but like it's
I
just
am a little bit,
scratching
but
the
like,
head.
it's just it's not, it's just me scratching my head on it.
Okay. So we have a pretty decent number of neutral cards to talk about.
Yes.
Because there were a number of specialist cards that came out in this set.
Yay!
Okay. Specialist cards are interesting. There's actually, having looked through these briefly before, there are ones that I'm like, oh yeah, that's really interesting. I could definitely build something around this for. So I'm excited to kind of like look at these. And thank you, Arkham Build, for having everybody who is in my collection who can take this, which I have my collection set to include the Duality of Man investigators and the Circus Ex Mortis investigators.
Yay!
So they should show up, as well as, obviously these investigators. So
Yes. 1 second. I can now I can go to my other filters. Whenever we do these, I have a couple of tabs of Arkham Build open so that I can flip between things a little
sure.
bit faster.
So okay.
My other ones here so that I can do this and then okay, let's do it.
Anastasis is the first one alphabetically. So these will be alphabetical, not necessarily by level.
Yes.
So it's a three cost level 3 asset that takes up both of your arcane slots. It is spell, ritual, and blessed traded, and it can be taken by blessed, chosen, and sorcerer decks only. It is exceptional, so you can only have one, but you get to spend 6 XP on it, and you have to still find it in your deck and play it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when an ally asset under your control would be defeated or discarded from play, attach it face down beneath Anastasis. Anastasis instead. Limit 3 cards attached in this manner. Free trigger: if there are 3 total cards attached to Anastasis, shuffle each card beneath Anastasis and choose one without looking at it. Put that card into play under your control, then shuffle the other 2 back into your deck.
Huh.
I mean, that's neat. But all of my ally builds, none of them can take this.
Sure, but let's see who can.
There's a decent number of seekers who can take this for like academic army builds.
Are there? I see
3. That's decent.
Blessed, Chosen, and Sorcerer. There are 3 Seekers.
Never mind. Never mind. I was confused. I was confused about the way that these cards were colored. It's just Morris Robinson is the only Seeker.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on. I see only 1 Seeker.
I'm sorry. I mistook the gold for the multi-class as my mind read that as Seeker Orange. I'm sorry. There is one. There is one investigator who can do academic army shenanigans with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of mystics.
A lot of purple because sorcerer.
Yep. Wendy.
Sure. Sister Mary because she's believer and blessed traded. I like it, but I don't know who I'd take it in. Dexter?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ooh. Actually, any of the survivors, which are Izzy, the protege, Sebastian from this set, Stella, and Wendy, could do all of those like creatures that
Oh yeah. Creature build.
that you use for things, and then they would go here and then just keep going back into your deck or going into play.
Sure. It feels a little overcosted to me.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
it's not in many it's 6 XP, you need to find it, you need $3 to play it, and you need to be okay with it taking up both of your arcane slots. And then you need to have 3 allies that have been played, then discarded or defeated from play.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I feel like it probably uh it probably could have been permanent.
It could have been permanent. If you wanted to keep it at 3 cost, make it limit one in play.
Yeah.
That way I could have 2 copies and find it.
Yeah. But it would have been it could have been a neat card if you like literally had it as a permanent that did also take up your arcane slots.
Sure. Yeah, it's just half this list of people who can take it are Mystic, and very few of them are okay with losing both of their arcane slots for something like this.
It's neat and Lily.
Yeah, it's neat and Lily. I'm not sure who this is for.
It's just one of those cards that's like, oh hey, that's kind of neat, and then you just don't know what to do.
Yep.
It's neat. It's not a bad card. It's just you have to figure out how to make it work.
Yep.
It's also findable. Like it's spell traded.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next one. Oh, did you have more to say?
I was gonna make a joke.
Oh. About how
I don't really feel connected to this next card.
Yeah. Our next card is Detachment. Which is a level 5 permanent that is condition traded, but can be taken by Artist, Blessed, and Drifters and Scholars. Limit 1 per investigator. Forced your investigator against deck building restrictions. No non-signature or non-weakness item or ally cards. And then you get +1 book, +1 will, and +1 sanity. And reaction, when you play an event card, Exhaust Detachment, that card either gains fast or costs 2 less resources.
I played this. I like it.
It's pretty good.
In the right deck, it's good. It's not overpowered, and you have to compensate for your lack of ally and items, but it's good.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah. But I was playing it in my attorney deck, so it's a seeker primarily who has 4 will, 4 intellect, 2 strength, and 2 agility. And it's like, okay, so you're just giving me stats that I already care about, and it's already such an event focused deck that okay, fine, I lose out on my allies, and that hurts. I lose out on a couple of items, that hurts. But now I can just play all those inside events all day long, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a variant of like, you're playing this, it's changing up your play style and how you're doing it, and it's not necessarily like overpowered. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it's all good. I was just to say this. There's a long list of people that can take this.
Mm-hmm.
Half of which is because of Drifter and Scholar.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think of what
Silas.
Silas can take it. Oh yeah, he's Drifter.
Yeah.
I just have to laugh because Safina can take it. It's
Wilson can take it.
Oh yeah, he's Drifter.
Yeah, but he doesn't want this. Sorry, but Safina can take this.
Yeah, I was just joking about it. I don't think she should, but
Oh yeah, but with her event play, yeah.
but it's a possibility. But she wants to be able to have like allies. Like there are allies that are almost always useful for her. Arturo from Circus can take this.
Sure.
The fire breather.
And when he does damage damage to one or more enemies via events. Yeah. And then he's got spell slots, so they're not items, they're not allies. Yeah.
Literally just trying to see other people. There's a couple of Duality of Mans. The Valerie Dalton, the Seeker Rogue, and Mabel Roy, the Rogue Survivor, can take these.
Sure.
I don't feel particularly drawn to them. George can take it. George Barnaby.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely a different way to play, and it was a very unique experience. And I liked what it did to my deck, but I'm just like, yeah, but I built my deck to operate in this manner, and I still needed to be, it wasn't just a win button, it was just like, I had to be smart about it.
Yeah, I love cards like this. It's a good card. Like, it's a well-designed card, because it's totally a playstyle. It's permanent, you have to spend 5 XP, and then it kind of just unlocks the playstyle for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up is Elaine Duncan, Euclidean Society Chairwoman.
Mhm.
Asset ally, ally conspirator, and socialite traded. If I didn't say this already, 2 costs 2 XP. She commits for a single wild and soaks for 2 health, 2 sanity. She can only be taken by Miskatonic, Criminal, and Silver Twilight decks, which makes Nick and I immediately go, ooh, does Preston and or Diana want this?
Take a look at it.
Also, campaign mode only. So, you collect 1 additional resource during each upkeep phase, which for Preston would go on to his family inheritance.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it would.
Because it's not you gaining resources.
It modifies your upkeep, so no, this is not from a player card effect.
Yeah, okay.
Reaction. Rule.
Yeah. Reaction, spend X resources and exhaust her. You get plus X to the test that you are taking. Why is that a reaction and not a free trigger?
It should just be a free trigger.
Because that would be a free trigger effect. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no condition on what you are reacting to.
Yeah. Forced at the end of the scenario, if she is in play, you may exile 1 non-unique, non-weakness, non-story ally, tome, or relic card, and may not include a card with the title in your deck for the remainder of the campaign. If you do not do this, you receive 1 mental trauma. Why?
Because apparently more than one person thinks that getting an additional upkeep, resource in your upkeep, needs to be punished.
Like,
you said this wasn't a cult, lady. Good God, Fairmont. I said it was a society. Must you always be so gauche? I do like,
okay, so
love the flavor text.
The flavor text is good, but like, why? If this was just 2 cost, 2 XP, 2 soak that gives you +1 resource during upkeep, that gives you a way to spend a bunch of money to get a bonus to a test, that's fine.
That'd be fine.
Why does this need to exile your deck slowly and make it so that you can't have cards that match a title of a thing? I would never play her.
I would never play.
Like,
Makes me very sad.
I mean, if that's fun to you, I mean, go have fun playing this where you exile cards and make it so that your deck can't do. But why?
Well, who gets access to it that would really like it?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Are
Is I
any-
don't know who wants an ability that lets them exile
Oh, not that.
non-weak.
I'm talking about the other parts. Like
Oh, the upkeep.
this is like a rogue effect, right? So who that does not have access to that kind of effect? Because it gets you like a pseudo well connected and like
So
money, right? So like who giving this to is dangerous enough that you want to have that.
So Skids would like the extra money, and he gets access to allies and relics that he could exile to not take the
Sure,
mental
but that's
trauma.
sure, but that's he doesn't need this. Skids has
No.
makes plenty of money. I am not looking for
Um,
any green people here. I'm looking for other people.
okay. Yellow, oh, sorry, I was about to say yellow. Orange for Seeker doesn't really need money.
Yeah.
So purple has purple red. Nathaniel Cho can take this because he's criminal.
Huh.
There you go.
Like I just don't like looking through all the people here that can take this. I don't think any of them want it.
Yeah, I don't know who this is for.
Like
Dear listener, I'm sorry if this episode has been down on these cards.
I hate,
Overall, there are a lot
hate
of things about these cards that we have liked.
I hate being down on cards. It's
I
maybe
hate
my
being down on cards.
least favorite thing. I you can tell because I spent so long trying to like make sure that that signature weakness and make it work to try and like push back against it, and then I just feel like my morale has been taken a hit against each time. So it gets rough.
Yeah, and I already spent some time looking at Simone when I first got the set. Like, oh yeah, like let's see what the Guardian does, and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, this is a cool ability. And then I spent like half an hour to an hour just sitting at my cards, like, how do you get around this? But not to beat that horse anymore.
Okay. So our next one is Ezreal J. Woosh's Baton.
Good
Or
job on that one.
Baton. Sorry, there's a hat on the A. Illusory Mace of the Red Loa. 3 cost, 4 experience. Spell weapon takes up your hand and arcane slot. Commits for a will, a foot, and a fist. Chosen, Dreamer, Sorcerer, and Warden deck only. Uses 3 charges. Action fight. You get +2 to this attack, and you may use will or agility instead of fist. You get +2 damage. As an additional cost, to use this ability, you must spend a charge or discard an asset in your play area.
Okay. Not bad for sorcerers, because those are going to be predominantly mystics who want to be using their will anyway. You can use your agility as well instead, which is good for a number of survivors. There are no rogues on the list, though.
You can use this with the clown in the circus set, and it's good for 2.
Oh my goodness, it is. That's pretty great.
Because she works off of when assets leave play. That's
Yep.
hilarious.
So Simone can take this.
It's not bad in Simone.
It's not bad in Simone, but unless you have it attached to her signature accessory, it's gonna go away if the weakness shows up.
Yeah. Yorick can take this.
That's pretty great.
Which is
Of course
probably
you can.
it's it's warden. It's got a warden on there.
Tommy can take this. Tommy doesn't want this.
He probably
There's
does.
there's a number of people who could
Just
take
wants
this, but I'm not sure who wants it.
the firefighter from Duality and Man can take it,
Huh.
which it's not bad for him either, because he likes to exile things from his discard pile. So getting things in there is nice.
Sure. I realized I was about to bring up an investigator that we haven't talked about before.
Yeah.
I have Alice Liddell, the Wonder Worker from the Beards Alice in Wonderland campaign.
Yeah.
I don't think it's particularly good for her.
Yeah. The Gumshoe, the mystic survivor from Duality of Man, can also take it, which is also interesting.
Him and Sebastian can both take it, which is good for them to get rid of stuff with Doom on it.
Yeah, like this is neat. Morris can take it. That's always fun.
Yeah, Doom builds love this.
Yeah, it's a fun card. It's neat.
I like it. Next up is the Favor of La Sirene. Sirene?
Sirene. Yeah.
Apologies. 3 cost, 3 XP, arcane takes up arcane slots, a ritual asset, commits for 2 will and an agility, and it soaks for 3 damage and 3 horror. It can go into Artist, Blessed, Drifter, and Warden decks only, limit 1 per investigator. So you can have 2 in the deck, but only 1 out. You get +1 will and +1 agility. That's always nice. Non-direct damage and or horror assigned to investigators at your location must instead be assigned to this if possible.
Okay.
So it's a 3 cost, once it's in your deck, it's a 3 cost, 3/3 soak that gives you +1 will and +1 agility while it's in play, but it's trying to kill itself.
Yeah, it's like composures.
Yeah. It's a big soak composure.
But it takes up
and
your slot, so it's actually a little bit chonkier.
Sure. I really like this in a lot of survivors.
It's going to be good in almost everything here that it's going to go into.
Yep.
Like Artist, Blessed, Drifter, and Warden, that's almost all going to be useful.
Yeah. I'm just looking through the list. Like, survivors love it for the soak and the defensive stats. The mystics that can take it, which there's like 5 or 6 of them on the list, like it for the will boost and the soak. In true solo play, it's just a 3/3 soak just for yourself, which is quite good. Safina can take this.
Yeah, I was about to say, I see this and look at it and I'm like, oh, that's not bad in Safina. It's both extra soak and it boosts her 2 stats.
Tommy can get $6 off of this. Sister Mary and Simone get will boosts out of this. That's good.
I think this is good across the board, honestly. Like it lands.
Yeah.
Simone can take it.
Yep. I like it.
I just like to bring up the ones that we've been talking about. I think that's the only
one
from the set.
Yeah, Simone can take it, and then I think she's the... Yeah, I know you just said this, but I'm just confirming. I think it's the only one that said Calvin can take this.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, neat.
Yeah, neat card.
Yeah. It's not flashy, but it's neat.
Yeah. Our next one is Izak Orlovsky, the Henpecked Hitman. A 3 cost level 1 ally that is ally, conspirator, and criminal traded. Commits for a fist, a book, and a will. Soaks for 2 and 2, and goes into agency, criminal, detective, and police decks. Reaction at the end of your turn, heal 1 damage from him. Reaction after you take damage from an enemy attack. Exhaust Isaac Orlovsky, shuffle the top 3 cards of your deck together and draw one of them and discard the other 2.
I'm assuming it's draw one of them at random, because otherwise, why are you shuffling them?
Yeah, that's my assumption.
Yeah, okay. So, neat. So 1 XP for a 3-cost 2/2 soak that just is trickle healing 1. Okay, and then if you're taking damage from attacks, so immediately looking at the Guardians and immediately looking at there are no survivors on this list.
Nope.
Mabel. Mabel is part survivor.
That's it, though.
Yeah, I'm mostly looking at this for the Guardians, but it's not bad generally.
No, it's generally decent.
Fine, none of this gets back to the missus, you hear me? That's fun. Yeah, I feel like you really, in any of your more like fighty, like your more evadey people probably don't want him. Your more fighty people inherently are more interested in him. Guardians are going to be running more interference. So for who can take him, I'm really looking at him in like Nathaniel, Tommy, and Roland. Those are the ones that really jump out to me.
It's a little sad that you don't get to pick of the top 3 cards.
Yeah.
Like, because the other 2 are going in the discard pile, so like, I feel like you could have gotten to pick.
Yeah, I wish there was an upper level version that did let you just pick one.
Yeah,
but
I would have gladly paid probably up to 2 or 3 more experience to get that. If it also soaked for like 1 more.
Sure, but I think the real reason you're paying for this card is the persistent damage soak.
Yeah, in not Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
think
agree.
That's the real.
Yeah, otherwise, solid.
Yeah. We did skip over the Goic Patron. 2 cost, 2 XP ally asset. That's ally, patron, demon, and Goetia traded. Goic? I think it's the Goic patron.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, why is that weird? I clicked the specialist card and it didn't. I removed this. Yeah, Gerdic.
You're good.
Gerdic? Yeah.
Well, since it's Goetia traded, I'm assuming it's supposed to be like Goic.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't. I'm never sure because my instinct is to try and pronounce the O with an umlaut because that's what you do with when you're writing it out like that.
Yeah.
So,
Soaks for 2 and 2. Cultist, Cursed, Scholar, and Sorcerer decks only. When it enters play, choose a type of asset slot. Hand, body, arcane, ally, tarot, accessory. You get 1 additional slot of whatever type you picked.
This would include as your head slots as well. This was here.
Yes.
That's just reminder text. That is not what you are limited to. It lets you choose any asset slot.
Yeah, so if you want to put a hat on a hat.
Yes.
Can. Forced, when you would use any printed ability on an asset in a slot granted by Goic Patron, put a doom on that asset. This doom may cause the agenda to advance. So you get an additional slot and 2/2 soak, but if you use the thing, when you would use any printed ability on an asset in the slot granted by this, that's kind of rough.
It could be.
I mean, so just put stuff in there that doesn't have triggered abilities.
Yeah, like that's one way to do it, right?
Yeah,
Or
tarot cards, like the static.
just be fine with that, and then like figure it out, I guess.
Sure. Unless you are a Doom build, which there are enough mystics on this list that you could do a Doom build out of this.
Yeah. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have the people attached to it.
It does for me.
Weird.
Agatha, Agnes, Akachi, Amanda, Amina, Toro, Calvin, Carolyn Fern, specifically New Carolyn, not Old Carolyn.
All good.
Both the Dexters. Sorry?
All good. All good. I'm just moving, just refiltering to make sure something must have got cut out from it.
I mean, Sorcerer just hits a lot. Yeah, I pretty much would only play this. I mean, it's a 2/2 suck. That is not like the nicest thing about this is like if I'm playing this, I'm going to be putting something in that slot that I am not triggering because that's just how I'm going to be operating. Unless I need the Doom for something, I don't want anything in that slot that's triggering because I don't want the Doom. But it is a 2/2 soak, which is not nothing. But it is taking up your ally slot, which is kind of annoying. But it could give you an ally slot. That seems reductive.
It's interesting, right? It's something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drugs!
Yes. Yes. Sorry, there we go. Morphine is our next one. 1 cost, level 1. Item, science, and illicit. Agency, criminal, miskatonic, medic dex only. Uses 3 supplies. Forced, at the end of your turn, if morphine is ready, you take all damage on morphine. You may choose to take this damage as horror instead. Reaction: when you would take any amount of damage, spend 1 supply, and exhaust morphine, put that damage on morphine.
Okay, so it lets you delay when you take damage, and also you can choose to take it as horror instead.
Yeah.
Is it working? Oh yeah, it's working. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely jumping out to me for the Carolyn Ferns and the Vincent. Shoot, what is his name? Vincent Lee of the Lees of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not terrible for anybody who has way more horror soak than they do damage soak.
Mm-hmm. It's actually good for both Carolyn Ferns.
Sure. Yeah. Daisy doesn't mind this to not take as much damage.
Yeah, the other thing that would have been interesting on it too would be to put it on none of the people that can take the blood magic stuff really can take this. That would have been a fun little interaction. Like
Yeah.
this came out before, but not really many people with mystic access can take it. There's a couple.
Yeah. So neat.
Yeah, it's here. It's neat. It doesn't take up any hands or anything. It's also science traded.
Oh, fair enough.
And Kate can take it because she is miskatonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Tutu Pele's tobacco pipe.
Earth Eater's Vice.
3 cost, 3 XP. It is an accessory slotted asset. It's for a will and 2 wild, criminal, drifter, and wayfarer decks only. Force, at the beginning of the investigation phase, test will difficulty 2 plus X, where X is the number of enemies at your location. If you fail, exhaust 2/2 Pele's tobacco pipe. While 2/2 Pele's tobacco pipe is ready, each non-elite enemy at is that a problem with the card?
No, it's a miss.
Okay, so
The actual
while
location.
each non-elite enemy at your location gains aloof, and you may use your agility to investigate.
Huh. That's neat.
Okay, so I want high agility with this.
And high will.
And high will. Give me Safina.
She's not here.
Dang it! I was hoping.
Yeah. Criminal, drifter, wayfarer. Not here.
Yeah. Elsie Malone can take this.
Wendy can take it.
She's too young to smoke.
Yeah. Legally.
Legally. Because yeah, the agility. I guess will matters more than agility, because if you don't have the will, then the agility doesn't even matter.
Yeah, unless you also have a decent foot and have guardian access to ready cards.
Sure. I'm just like, it's kind of weird, and you may use your foot to investigate. So, like, for just your basic investigate actions, you can use agility.
Yeah.
Okay. Skids, maybe? With the guardian access, he can do something interesting to, like, actually flex some will to make that check matter. But it's only getting him a +1 compared to his 3 intellect.
Yeah, but it also lets him commit
foot icons.
That's
fair and a good point.
So, like, it's a good card. Like, this is a good card. You just need to figure out how you're making it work.
Yeah. Juan Luca can take this for another 4 will, 4 agility investigator.
Yeah, and it's pretty good with him too, because he can use it for various things.
I was going to say Trish, because she could flex the Seeker willpower, but she already has 4 intellect. But again, if you want to make it so that you can commit foot to things.
Yeah, but she can only kind of do that.
Yeah.
Without needing to worry about will tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat card for the people that would are looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the ability that while it's ready, each non-elite enemy is aloof is just nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our next one is Virtuoso. A 3-cost permanent asset, limit 1 per investigator. Artist, Dreamer, and Performer decks only. Reaction: when a card effect would cause you to discard a card from your hand or play area, exhaust Virtuoso, shuffle a different card in your discard pile back into your deck.
I took this in Natalie.
Oh.
It's pretty good. Like, it's not flashy, and it's much like I said about most of the Seeker effects. It depends on what you're shuffling back, but it's good.
Yeah. There's actually in the people that can take it, it actually just kind of lands for the most part.
Yep.
Like, as just an example of people that can take it. Extra Drake. Let me keep going here. Both Marie.
Isabel Lafrata.
Isabel, yes. Safina. Patrice.
Morris Robinson? Oh, he's Dreamer traded.
Yep, he's Dreamer traded, and he also has Survivor access, so he gets all access to all that discard tech.
Mm-hmm.
The Clown.
Of course.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, Patrice. I know you just said Patrice, but Patrice.
Yeah, it's really good in Patrice.
It's great in Patrice.
Because she's always getting something back.
Mm-hmm. Also, probably anybody who takes forced learning.
True. So any seeker
Yeah.
or anyone with level.
Yorgos Kostopoulos, the
Pretty good.
transient Heruxpex.
All respects.
Sure. My standard apologies for pronunciation.
Yep.
3 cost, 2 XP, ally asset, ally, clairvoyant, and drifter traded. Commits for a will and an intellect, 2 health, 2 damage, or 2 health, 2 sanity soak. Clairvoyant, drifter, and sorcerer decks only. While in play, you get +1 will. Reaction: after a non-humanoid enemy is defeated at your location, look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may choose to draw that card. If you do, discover a clue at your location.
It's really nice.
Give me more. Nope, Morse can't take it. Good. I'm kind of glad he can't take it.
It's for the best. It's for the best.
I kind of like this in Agnes because you get to kill monsters. You already have a high will for when you look at the top card of the deck, and then lets you get clues off turn with your 2 intellect.
Yeah, Gloria can
Kind of
take
like
it.
that. Yep. There's Silas can take this. I'm happy in that. Yeah. Not like my favorite, but I'm happy for like anyone who's got like a 2 or lower intellect can take this. It's not a bad way.
Yeah.
If you're killing monsters or killing enemies, I should say. Yeah, I don't mind this.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything here. We have just 2 events, right? I see. No skills. You crazy?
No skills. 2 events and then a handful of weaknesses.
Okay. So our next one is Axis Mundi. 2 costs, level 2 event, Augury, Bold, and Fated. And goes into Clairvoyant, Drifter, and Wayfarers. Play only as your first action. You must decide one. Move all clues at your location to any number of collecting locations. Choose a connecting location. Move all clues at that location to your current location. Once you have made your decision, immediately end your turn and remove Axis Mundi from the game. I don't like this card.
I don't like this card either. Why don't you like this card?
Because it doesn't really do anything for your whole turn.
In like a 3 or 4 player game, I can see the value of like just clear off this High Shroud location and shove all the clues somewhere else so that the rest of my team can pick them up. I can see the value in that. I agree with you that I don't love that it's just like, oh, and my turn's just over. Because this effectively reads as 3 actions.
Yeah.
And and it doesn't actually progress the game state necessarily.
Yeah, and it doesn't really feel like it does. So I know augury is a weird keyword, but it does not. This does not feel like an augury.
No.
And I just, if it was bold or faded, I think it would be fine. I do not know why it is both.
So I don't like this card because it screws around with scenario design. There are a number of scenarios where the objective is get all the clues off of a location. And if you pushed them somewhere else, then you have succeeded that.
Okay.
which I'm not saying is necessarily bad interplay, but there are also scenarios where it's like the point is that you're like the challenge is that you're supposed to get all the clues off of it, and you have now just circumvented that in a weird way that might be problematic. Um, and then in a more problematic sense, I could shove all of the clues from a connecting location to a location that we currently don't have access to. Because, say, we needed to advance and we needed a certain number of clues before a location will enter up, or we needed to spend clues as part of moving to a location. And nothing stops me from shoving all of these clues onto a location that we haven't been to yet that requires us a payment that we can no longer pay, and I have now terminated the scenario.
Yeah, but you're also going to get punched in the face. So if we're going to talk about breaking the social contract, I'm
Yeah, I don't love this for your reasons and my reasons. I don't love this.
like from what you said, I'm like, okay, well that at least is understandable why maybe you'd want to make it and take your whole turn. But that to me, like, just means it should be a fated card to my mind, and then remove itself from the game. Like, personally, like,
Yeah, I don't know what this is. The instances that you want something like this, like if it was just like I get the point. The use case is there's a 5 shroud location with 4 clues on it, and we don't want to deal with this right now, so you push the clue somewhere else. For that, 3 actions and 2 cost is, and have to have it having to have started my turn there, is too expensive in my mind. So in the best case scenario, this card is too expensive in my opinion.
yeah,
In the worst case scenario where you're actively doing something broken with it, I have a problem with that.
yeah, I guess I have less. I guess kind of I have less problem with that. I just don't feel it for a specialist card. I don't. I guess I don't like it all that much, and it's actually it goes on a lot of people because it's got Drifter and Wayfarer in it.
Yep.
So it's
So
maybe
a surprising number of people can take this. And I get the theme is like, oh yeah, like we're moving the clues around, man. And like I'm a drifter and I'm Wayfarer, so I'm gonna go follow the clues where they go, man. But it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem that useful in the face of it.
it's either something that will bypass things or it's way too expensive for its effect. And even in the broken thing that it does, it's probably still too expensive.
Yeah. All right. Controversial Procedure is the last non-weakness card we're talking about.
Ooh,
It is it's a neutral dilemma.
neat.
So it's 3 XP. It is an event that is Dilemma, Gambit, and Science traded. It can only be taken by Miskatonic, Medic, and Scholar traded people. Which is predominantly to say that this is a Dilemma card that cannot be taken, that is predominantly taken by not survivors.
Only one. Rita.
Yeah, only Rita is the. Yeah. So, kind of interesting to break the pie in that way, but I'm here for it. Max 2 dilemmas per round, that's standard. Revelation, you must choose one. A, deal 2 damage to an investigator at your location. You may discover up to 2 clues at your location or connecting location. Or B, deal 2 horror to an investigator at your location. You may play a card from your hand. That card gains fast and costs -2 resources.
I wish they both said that investigator for the upside.
Sure, I guess the idea is that like you're experimenting on them and are gaining the benefits of the knowledge.
Yeah, I get it.
Um, it's Gambit traded. Can't Parallel Skids take this?
No, because he's not Miskatonic, Medic, or Scholar.
Right. Thank you. Sorry, I got stuck on the traits and not on the
Mhm.
fact that it's a specialist card. I don't. I like this generally. Like in the deck that wants it, I'm glad it's there for them. And it's kind of interesting to have like a evil science angle.
It's pretty good in Seekers
Yeah.
with their ability to like look at 6 cards or like something like that and find it, so that they're more likely to be able to draw this when they want to.
Yep, and it's an event card that they can return back to their decks using all of their return event stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for 3 XP, yeah, you're taking damage in horror. Like you're taking something. So I should say somebody at your location is taking something when this shows up.
Yes. You cannot choose to not do it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that like Carolyn and Vincent can take it. Those are definitely the places where I'm like, this is where I would take for just like an evil science Vincent Carolyn
I think it's good.
feel.
I think it fits really well in Vincent too, because he gets extra oomph out of it. It's also pretty good in Carolyn Fern, like New Carolyn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm pro this card. It's hard for me to gauge the power level of a dilemma card though.
I love dilemmas.
I do too. And I know that there are people, and I've done this before as well, who just bring dilemma Patrice decks to conventions.
Yeah, why not? Sounds like a fun time.
You have to make sure your table's on board before you
Sure.
play that one. But yeah, it's hard for me to gauge how good this card is, but it seems I like it. So take that for whatever it's worth.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the specialist cards.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
Um,
I'm generally positive.
I'm generally positive. I will agree. There's a lot of interesting little things here. There's a few that I'm like, why? But overall, I like them and what they're doing and the little niches that they carve out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's wrap this up with some weaknesses.
Yep. You devil, you.
Bedeviled. It's hex traded. Revelation put Bedeviled into play in your threat area. Forced when you fail a skill test during your turn, lose all remaining actions, and immediately end your turn. Ooh. At the end of your turn, test any skill 3. If you succeed, discard Bedeviled.
I like this.
Spooky.
It is spooky. It could be real bad. It could be nothing, and it doesn't take you any actions to get rid of it. But you just have to like ride your turn out. It'll like maybe you have to take your turn suboptimally. Maybe you'll overcommit so that you pass the test that you need to pass. Like I like this, and then any skill 3, so you can use whatever you're good at.
I take it back. I do like. It doesn't hurt you in the Mythos phase either.
Yep. It's only when you fail during your turn.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Then we have Delirious. Put Delirious into it's madness traded. Put it into play in your threat area. Forced as an additional cost to enter a revealed location with a shroud of 4 or higher, you must spend 1 action. Reaction. After you enter a location with a shroud of 4 or higher, test any skill 3. If you succeed, discard Delirious.
I had this in my Isabel deck. Did you ever notice that I had it?
No, because you had so many actions.
It hurt. It hurt my brain because, dear listener, I love Isabel Lafrada. She was a lot of fun to play once I got used to it. You don't need to do what I did and just cram a bunch of extra action stuff in it. You don't need it. You just don't. I was taking things out of that because it hurt. There was a point where I was reliably able to get to like a 7 or 8 action turn. Especially if I drew my Elder Sign. It just wasn't necessary. That is all.
Okay, so ignoring that it basically didn't do anything to you.
No, it was relevant though. It's relevant.
Okay, but I think this is fine.
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
And again, it's test any skill 3, so like it's approachable by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up is Infested, which I had, coincidentally, in my Roland deck when we played through the Iron Man for TSK.
I forgot about that. Man.
So it's
that art.
Yep, it's terror traded. The art is unpleasant. If you don't like bugs, the art's unpleasant.
I don't like this idea of bugs.
That too. Infested. Put Infested into play in your threat area. Forced at the beginning of the investigation phase, put a resource token on Infested from the token bank. If there are 3 resource tokens on Infested, take 3 direct damage and discard Infested. As a double action, you can take X damage and discard Infested. X is the number of resource tokens on Infested. So the longer you put this off, the worse it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And after, but isn't that a metaphor for a healthcare system? The longer you put this off, the worse it's going to be. But you can spend. I'm sorry, what?
So I just like the mechanics of the card.
Yeah. It's fun that if somebody else tries to deal with this for you, they take the damage instead, which is a nice interplay. If you deal with this yourself before the 3 triggers, you can put it on your various assets and soaks. But if you just leave it, if you just let it do its thing, it's gonna do 3 direct damage to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which for Roland isn't so bad.
For others, it's kind of a problem.
For others, it could be a real problem.
Yeah. Chad, did you ever see the early 2000s Mummy movies?
Yes. Yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking of.
There's a couple of scenes in those movies that this gives the vibe of.
Yep.
Which both makes me love it and is disgusted by it.
Yep.
Sorry, I've been transfixed. It's a good weakness. Fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. And like I appreciate that you don't have to double action get rid of it, but you can. I appreciate that there's like value in other people dealing with it versus you dealing. Like there's a conversation around it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that, I think makes it shine a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, our next one is Vanity. Flaw traded. Multiplayer only. Revelation, put Vanity into play in your threat area. Each other investigator at your location gets -2 to all tests. Double action, discard Vanity. You may not activate this ability if Vanity is in your own threat area.
I kind of love this. I do kind of love this just for the theme of it.
It's kind of rough, though.
It is kind of rough. I wish it was maybe just -1 to all tests.
It probably would be a little bit better if that was the case.
But I do kind of love this as just like it's the same thing with like self-centered, just like just a fun wrinkle.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anything else on Vanity? I don't really have that much more to say about Vanity other than like I like it, but maybe it's a little rough.
It's maybe a little rough. It could be particularly annoying at the wrong time. But
yep,
that's it.
All right. And then lastly we have Whispering Voices, which Pat had, I believe.
I believe you're right.
I think he had this. So Revelation, attach Whispering Voices to the non-elite enemy in play furthest from all investigators. If there are no such enemies in play, shuffle Whispering Voices back into your deck. If the attached enemy is discarded from play or defeated, shuffle Whispering Voices back into your deck. Okay, how do you get rid of it? Like, actually get rid of it? Forced, at the end of your turn, move your investigator once towards the attached enemy. Then, if that enemy engages you before the round ends, discard whispering voices.
Yeah,
So
kind
you
of.
have to position yourself to get pulled towards to engage that enemy to get rid of it.
Yes.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little annoying. It was a little annoying, but it was like a puzzle to like, how are we getting rid of this?
Yeah, or sometimes it just wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. But we'd always have to make sure that Pat wasn't getting pulled off in some random direction that he didn't want to.
That did happen a couple times. There was a problem in the finale for a little bit. I remember that.
Yeah. Tight scenarios, this is a little bit of a problem. But
And if you're, not trying to be around enemies at all, then this is a little bit more tricky.
Yep. But no, that's a fun weakness. The weakness overall. I like the weaknesses.
I like them all.
All right. So overall, this set has a lot of very interesting pieces that do a lot of very interesting things. There's more question marks than I would generally want, but like overall, I'm
a lot of fun. I think that's like the purple cards are probably the best in the set, and I think it really opens up a lot of different avenues.
Yeah. The investigators are all interesting.
That's true.
Like you're gonna have to pull from this. This is a set of investigators and a set of cards that is best in a legacy environment.
Yeah, you are going to need a wider pool for the most part.
Yeah. And that's just like when these were designed, maybe beta version of, Legacy and Current was, or like alpha version of that was being talked about. I don't remember exactly when that conversation was, but like I would put these, if you're playing with these, just play them with your legacy environment, and that way they've got the investigators all have the amount of support that they need to shine.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents. But no, I'm happy to have this in my set, and like happy to have like see these cards shine, even if I haven't really played with the investigators themselves much.
Yeah, they are very interesting. I am interested in trying the Mystic sometime.
Sure.
And definitely would probably be. I definitely am interested in playing with some of these Mystic cards. That's the one set that I'm particularly like, ooh, there's some fun things in there.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the Mystic shines the brightest of all of them. The Mystic set, to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I know we were maybe a little more negative in this particular episode, but I hope our previous positives outweigh that. And once again, I would like to note that I loved the campaign.
Yes. Well, like I know we've made this note before. I'm not like these people put their blood, sweat, and tears into their cards,
Yes.
and they're putting it out into the world. And we can sit in our lounge chairs and critique them. We have the easy job, and I acknowledge that. And so it's one of those things where it's like I don't like being down on cards, and this episode more than the other ones we were down on cards.
It's one thing if we don't understand a card, like its intent, or maybe we run smack dab into like what it's supposed to be doing or used for, and that's on us. But like sometimes, but like, we
Like,
also do have opinions on what we find interesting. So
yeah, and we try really hard to give the card the best light that it can, and sometimes it's
Chad will know this.
hard.
I maybe don't bring it up as much when I'm talking on the podcast, but Chad can attest to the amount of times that I'm like, "Hey, janky idea incoming."
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
I would.
absolutely.
There's been plenty of text conversations that I've had with Chad, being like, "Is this a thing? Like, I know the interaction might works, but is it like good?"
Yeah, and that's as I've said. I defer to you as like being able to spot niche jank better than I can.
Yeah,
Um,
comes from
because
playing
I
weird, janky investigators.
yeah, and like I enjoy myself some good jank. It's just like when it comes to, especially when it comes to like green and red, I'm looking at green and red stuff like, okay, like I remember when Drawing Thin came out. And I looked at Drawing Thin and went, okay, I see what this is doing, and like, yeah, that's fine. You're making the test harder, you're getting a benefit. You're making the test harder, you're probably going to fail. There's some fail tech. Okay, I see where this is going. You're the one who looked at that and immediately went, "Oh, this is stupid because of," or like, "This is broken because I can combine it with this, and I can and do whatever with it." And it eventually got tabooed, not because of us, but because of like you saw the jank that other people saw that I didn't.
I did see that like right away. I'm like, oh, oh, that's a problem.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, and we both see different things. We both give different. We have our opinions. Like overall, I'm glad that this set was put out. I'm glad to have this set in my collection, even if I'm scratching my head at certain things. But I'm scratching my head at normal cards too, like official cards. There will be cards I'm like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, that's
And to reiterate the offer, if exhaled innards slash AUGGHHH, if that's
true.
how Og, if you would like to come on or give me and talk about it, or give me a set of notes of here's why we missed some interaction or something, because the beard does that, like, oh, you missed this, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
not only does he do that, he has given us shade a number of times too.
Yeah, so like we're not perfect, we're just giving, but we're also not going to sugarcoat things.
When it comes to card games, I sometimes am just opinionated,
Yep.
and I believe in
Opinionated.
tank. That's the thing, is that I believe in those things. So if I see a card that should have jank potential and doesn't,
Oh yeah, no. When I think a thing that I've lamented is just like, come on, FFG, just let me have fun. Where it's
yeah,
like you're specifically designing these cards to not combo. I'm just like, just let me have fun with them. Yeah, that is infuriating.
I, I am reminded of Entourage though, and I need to like remind myself to tool around with a
Yeah,
Preston Font Entourage deck. I think there's something stupid in there. I don't know what, but there's something stupid in it.
sure. But I think on that note we can close this out.
Yes,
Thank you again for joining me.
always.
Um, as always, if anybody wants to get in contact with me about anything that we've said, feel free to reach out to me at the restricted collection at gmail.com. Thanks for listening.